Alright, then we're back this week. We are joined with Magpie, Default, Minos, and Medic, our familiar Shadowrunning crew, as they are on a plane headed into London City proper. That is where we left off last week. So, after a long flight, about 12 and a half hours, so about 11 and a half hours into the flight, you're an hour just outside of London. You've been scouring through the Matrix, discovering as much information, or dredging up as much info as you can about your new location and potential jobs, so that you can hit the ground running. Now, around this time, a Tridcom there in the front of the plane starts to play a pre-recorded message. You recognize the formed silhouette of one of the Johnsons that was there on the plane, originally negotiating your plane ride out of Seattle and into the London area. The message is as follows. Really now, 250,000 yen. How silly do you think we are? You're lucky to be alive at this point. However, you did prove crafty, and your services shall not go unrewarded. Now, we agreed at the beginning of our little think tank that should somebody succeed, that knowledge could be found in failure as well, and so to punish them would not be in our best interests. Now, but for this mild success and returning our daft Dr. Simons to us, we do appreciate what your time and services have provided to Evo Corp. And then the message cuts off.
Probably should ask for more.
No, I think we pushed as far as any of us would dare to go.
I mean, not as far as we dare to go, but definitely as far as we should go.
Yes. Yes. This has all been a mess.
GPS coordinates put your plane landing down here in about 45 minutes in the south side of London. I believe your characters are on this page. Yes.
I do need to do something kind of what's the word?
I don't know.
Thor shot worthy, maybe.
Reckless?
So reckless. That's a good word for it. I'm gonna wait till we're on the ground. Never mind.
All right. So, in your studies of the London area in Britain, the most prevalent information you've come across for travel is that you are technically unauthorized travelers at this time, since you did not go through the regular visa process. Now, this isn't entirely uncommon for Shadowrunners, but it is an issue that you'll need to quickly work around. So your first step upon landing in the inner London proper is to secure yourself new fake licenses for your gear and equipment, and to also forge or acquire visas for your stay while you'll be here in London. Being caught by the Metropolitan Police, the British police there, without this documentation would definitely land you in jail at this time and be very steep fines.
The good news is, I already have a fake send for London.
Nice. That's one of you.
Great. You can go out and get the rest of those fake sins, right?
I do also have an ID broker, or an ID maker, so it makes sense.
Could we apply for a visa through Seattle?
Through what?
You're not a person.
Yes.
You can't get a visa.
I'm not a person, but John Thompson is a person, and he can totally get a visa.
You think your rating for sin will make it through the government process?
I know, maybe? I don't actually know. My character would have no clue. He talks to machine spirits.
Then in character, I can tell you no.
If you do wish to try to fake an ID through the through the Visa National Board, then you can do that. It takes about 30 to 60 days.
I don't need to wait that long for have him erase it off his character sheet. It doesn't. It's a burned sin right there.
I'll just
But-
have to use my machine sprite to like use gremlins on everybody with an ID scanner.
That would be
So,
one way to go.
I do have a contact
Yes, I
that is an ID manufacturer.
Yeah, but how much do those cost? Because I don't have much money.
They cost a
You
lot.
just got paid.
I had to pay some debts. On that note, real quick, and maybe you want to do this away from everybody else because I would like to contact Radio Shack, my contact within PD, and forward him the information that we got of the documents concerning the Evo shadow runs that were clearly setups, and see if he'll take some off my debt and or give me money that I can distribute to the team.
Sorry, through
Because PD hates
PD4
Evo. People
Yeah.
for the ethical treatment of electronic entities.
And you wanted them to take some money off your debt because why? For
So we have this
incriminating
evidence
information?
that Evo is running shadow runs that are setups, basically. So I wanted to forward that to them and see if he either give me some cash for it or take money off my debt.
Okay, what's the total of your debt now?
Currently, my debt is $112,500.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and first give me a contact roll.
So he's a 2-2, so I roll 2d6 and subtract, and it's got to be greater than 2.
I thought it was 46.
I thought it was 2d6, and you said and it's got to beat or meet their contact level or their connection level. Maybe we're talking about something else. What are you talking about? Do I need to roll 46?
Yeah, I thought it was if you have a 2 and 2 is 46, but their connection level is threshold for the test. Because their connection level would limit how far or how deep they can get into acquiring information or technology for you.
I did not do it.
Oh, no successes. Okay. All right. Well, then your Radio Shack is working diligently to try to contact members of PD that'll be of help to you, but none's forthcoming, at least in the 12 hours that you're on your flight to London.
I did just send them 12 grand, but fine. I do mention it to the rest of the team then. Guys, I really do think that it's in our best interest to make sure the other runners in Seattle know that Evo is out to screw them. If you have any friends in the Shadow community, then they need to know not to take Evo jobs.
Drop a heads up on Jackpoint with that same get this information out because they'll probably help
Where?
distribute it. Jackpoint, you should know that. Jackpoint.
Is that a place
Since
where
my
machine
character
splits hang out?
has, sometimes it depends on who's there, who's not.
I mean, if you know where that is, then I'll give you the information. It's on Magpie's comlink. I'll just take it off real quick.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure everyone or most runners know of Jackpoint.
Yeah, but do you have
Not
a
really a
membership
runner.
to Jackpoint?
I do not know.
Then you probably can't post to Jackpoint.
That's a valid point.
My character's not really a runner. He was a bank robber that got pinched and then released from prison and set up on this job.
So tell your friends.
Does Drix have a connection? Does Statrix have a connection to Jackpoint?
He does.
Maybe if we forward him the information, he might be able to give us a kickback, and at the same time, we'll save some lives.
I'm sure he's like, "Where are you guys right now? I don't understand. You guys haven't been home in
Tahiti.
a while."
We're in Tahiti.
That's all right. Yeah, no,
It's
he
a
can do
magical
that.
place.
Although if you do get a fee off of it, if there's a return fee like Patreon, thanks for warning us about this, and they donate some cred your way, then he'll take a percentage of it.
he's welcome to it. In my opinion, obviously it's not my contact.
Oh, 100% for that because he's doing. I expect as much from someone providing that service.
So, are there any questions about Inner London that you want to ask that you think might pertain to you here in the next few days before we land you?
I need to know where we can go in London that we are very unlikely to be ID scanned because I will not have the money for an ID card for a very long time.
Well,
Yes.
I have a solution to that. I'm going to either before we leave or as we're heading over, I'm going to give my coyote contact Emerald a call.
Okay. You contact him?
Yeah, I'm going to contact her and go, Emerald, I got a question for you. I am going to be going to London and I need a way to get past the initial scrutiny of landing. Do you have someone on your payroll that I could exploit, or if you know any vulnerabilities in that particular area?
Yeah, well, I might. I'll have to contact some of my friends, but I can ask around for you. How long do you need?
How long do we have out of character?
The flight is about 12 and a half hours.
12 and a half hours. I'll probably give her a day. I'll probably give her 48 hours heads up, depending on how much time we had before we had to leave.
Well, you guys kind of found out as you were leaving within a few hours.
Oh, okay. So heading out same day. 12 hours at most.
12 hours.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to put this, but had to make a hasty retreat from Seattle.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. Why don't you go ahead and roll your contact roll? What's the
Okay.
loyalty?
Loyalty 4, contact 2, connection 2.
Okay. So again, I think it's 66 with a threshold of 2.
66.
I don't know, Magpie might know more about that than me.
For what?
For
Contacts.
using your contacts.
There's a whole list of optional rules from running gun, I think, or run faster for that. As far as using your actual contacts, I think it's just, can you get a hold of them? Do they have the connections to do things? I don't know what the actual role is.
Okay, let's just go
Hey,
with this
look.
for now, then, and make it easy.
Okay, so go 6. Limit threshold 2. Oh, I maxed out.
All right. And so they'll go ahead, they're working on it, and then they'll get back to you sometime before you land. So, or
That'd be
as you're
wonderful.
landing.
Wonderful.
Were there any other requests?
No, and I'm going to shoot her 2,000.
Yeah.
I thought it was 100 for a bonus die.
100 yen.
Like it was.
No, I always give her a little bit extra because she is like my highest loyalty contact, and we have a working history, myself and her.
Okay. Minos, Magpie, did either of you have somebody you wanted to contact here?
I don't really have anyone.
Well, I know we're going to need fake IDs, so I'm contacting my ID manufacturer, who is Sam Cheese.
Magpie, you contacted me.
Yeah, we're gonna need some papers in London. So let me get you the biometrics of whoever we're plastering up.
All right. And how quickly do you need them?
Within 24 hours would probably be good.
That that'll take some doing, but I can make it a priority job. It's going to cost you a little extra, of course.
Well, you know, you pay for what you get, what you pay for.
I'll need a rundown of what you want, so I can get you a tally. How many people here?
4?
Yep.
All right, yeah. Anything you need licenses for, or 4 IDs, and then you need licenses for your equipment as well.
I'll send you a list.
All right. Yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I have that list.
Which means now I need a list.
On it. Looking through my list to see what's restricted.
Are we using the same restriction tables as Seattle, or is it different?
That's what I was about to say. So in London, restrictions are quite a bit different. Anything that is 12 or above is actually going to be, you will not be able to get licenses, or at least you won't be able to get very plausible licenses for anything like that, because weapons and cyber technology are much harder to find here in London. So availability of everything should probably go up by 2. So if it's like a 10R, it would be a 12R, or if it's a 14F, then it's a 16F. Except for magical items. Magical items would be a little bit easier to find here.
So just weapons and wear.
So if you have a like, say you have a 12R weapon, it would go to 14R, and you would not be able to have, like, if you did, even if you made a license for it, the police officers would never fall for that, because it's so illegal there in that area.
So they don't have like private security or bodyguards or anything?
They do have private security, but it's all kept very much in-house to the security sectors or the companies that they work within. The British police still patrol all of London.
Okay.
They have weapons, but they have like light sidearms. So in London proper, it's the most common weapons are going to be your holdout pistols up to potentially heavy pistols.
Do tasers same thing, or is that like an acceptable kind of thing to have?
No, non-lethal would be acceptable.
Yeah, because some like combat knife is just a availability 4.
Yeah. So
So it's like legal to carry a combat knife around.
Yeah.
Is that still the case in London?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it would be availability 6, but it would still be legal.
So from moving 12 to 14, not being able to get any licenses, does that include cyberware as well?
It does.
Ouch.
So you might not, while you might not be able to have licenses for it, you can still hide it. So just I mean, your cyberware is all non-obvious, so it's already hidden. Unless somebody is, like, dissecting you, I don't see why they would.
Or the MAD scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would have to be a MAD scanner that also cared about your security clearance. So
Unlacing.
yeah. No, bone lacing is considered a defensive thing, like an armor.
Oh.
So that one's legal. Something like
Well,
adrenal
there you go.
glands would be legal. Thing like the charisma modifications, knowledge modification, those would all be legal.
Okay, so we're good.
I would like to point out that bone lacing literally makes it almost impossible to not kill people when you hit them.
I know.
Yeah, well, I've been having that problem.
What about a muscle toner?
Muscle toner.
Plus
'cause
agility?
that gives you
Fire.
reaction and agility, or reaction and agility.
No,
Right?
it's just agility.
All agility.
The BioWare stuff.
Yeah, no, those would be legal. Even at like 14F, you could still get licenses for those. It just costs you more.
So I guess the main thing we're going to need is a job to pay for all of this new paper.
How much did you say it was a piece?
We haven't gotten the number on that yet.
The number I have for that.
It's not going to be from the book.
Mm.
Because he's going to cost more.
That's true.
Who's gonna
what
cost
what
more?
what are we going to do with the van?
We sold it.
That was brought. Okay, that was brought. But how much did we sell it for? And how are we going to
a
split it between the group?
lot, because I ended up with over 12,000. I think I ended up
That-
with like 18,000 at the end of everything last time.
None of that?
That was for vehicle.
Yeah,
we
that
have not-
was
It was
'Cause
brought
it's-
up. It was never executed.
because
Yeah.
it wasn't our van to sell. I don't usually go in the habit of selling stuff my friend let me borrow.
I was just waiting for a confirmation exactly on that because Statrix might have just surrendered the vehicle because he can no longer use it because he has no legs.
Well, without legs, the van might be the perfect.
Yes,
get around for him.
that's
I
true.
feel like he would
Um,
need a wheelchair accessible van.
Yeah. Sorry, huh? I can't remember where they're at.
What are you looking for?
The tags, the licenses.
Oh yeah, they're in the gear section. They're in
Are they before
right.
the weapons? No.
after.
Page 443, fake sins and fake licenses.
23.
Fake sin is rating times 2,500, and fake licenses are rating times 200.
So
And that's
everything-
just standard book price.
yeah, everything you have that you want to get a license for, then just decide what rating you want for it, and what rating you want for your license, and go ahead and times it out.
Do we need license for ammunition, like non-lethal ammunition?
No. In fact, don't worry about your ammunition. Just one license per weapon, and then any equipment that you have, like specialized cyberware, or magic fetishes, things like that.
Well, I guess here's a question, Medic. Is the ammunition you're buying forbidden or restricted?
Restricted. It's stick and shock. Almost all ammunition is restricted,
Yeah.
even the non-lethal stuff.
I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not gonna get that into you yet.
Taser darts aren't.
Like even gel rounds are restricted. Yeah, the only ammo I see on here that's not restricted are, as you mentioned, taser darts and capsule rounds.
Yeah, technically the identifications are rating times 3 forbidden, so having the fake license would actually be more illegal than having the ammunition at that point.
Yep.
Yes. It's quite illegal to have forged documents.
I just wanted to confirm what their stats was on non-lethal ammunition.
So if you're wanting things, you're gonna have to let me know ratings and everything, and then that'll determine.
Yep, I'm just doing the pricing out
Oh.
at the moment.
Okay. And so while you guys are doing that, try to speed things along here. So the plane does land itself. The autopilot lands at a small airport in the south side of inner London. Now, the south side of inner London is one of the more run-down parts of London. There are not immediately a lot of people here like I said, this is a small airport, so there's not immediately a bunch of people running up to the plane or anything like that to assist. This is kind of the private section of this airport, and it's assumed that you know where you're traveling to from here. So the plane comes to its stop on the taxi and then parks itself in the first docking spot available.
So I think we've got a pretty sweet little opportunity here to get the hell out of this airport and see about going and finding a place to hide. So let's make it quick.
From above, while the
Because-
countryside does look very pretty, you do notice the south side of London that you are flying into. Like I said, it is a little bit more run down, faded with time, things like that. You do see a few barrel fires from up above. You're coming in not too late in the afternoon, probably like 6 or 7 o'clock in the afternoon. So you do see a few barrel fires. The weather is a little overcast, but then other than that, you also notice the graffiti and the sprawl kind of feel. That is the south side. They're tight, winding streets. So now that you're on the ground, you said you want to get out of the area, get out of the airport, being unseen.
Definitely, we need to get out of here. Yes.
Anyone made any plans on where we're staying?
Huh?
Anyone made any plans on where we're staying?
No, we didn't. We need to go and find a place.
All right. Almost as if by magic, as soon as Magpie says we need to go find a place, your coyote contacts you back, medic.
Hey, Emerald, what's up?
Hi. It's going to take a little bit more time for me to get some IDs for the 4 of you, but I do have, to get you some documentation for the 4 of you being there, but I do have a place that you should be able to lay low. It's a well-known joint for runners and Johnsons to get together.
Sure, yeah, send it my way.
All right. Forwarding the information to you now. And you receive the heads up and AR GPS to a location here in the south side called Squabblewogs.
You said what now?
It's a London-based bar called Squabblewogs.
I was just gonna ask if she can give me the lowdown on that, like the meat and
Spelling?
potatoes.
Yeah, it's a fairly well-known orc punk-esque music, sometimes live music, but it's a drinking den where runners and Johnsons can frequent and get in touch with each other kind of in an anonymous way. Nothing formal about it. It is lower class. There are often gunshots and other stories surrounding this place.
All right. You said that's also a place to stay?
To lay low for a little bit. You might be able to find some people of interest there.
Well, that'll be a step in the right direction. Thank you very much.
Yeah, try to do more when I can.
Appreciate it. If you can get us the documents for us being, going through the proper procedure, that'd be great. We already got ourselves set for IDs.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Best of luck to you, Mac.
Same with you, Emerald. And then disconnecting.
What do we got?
We have a place that we can lay low initially. Squabble Walks. Matt's going to throw the ARO information over.
I really, I think I have something. Can I roll either a area knowledge London check on that?
For
Squabblewogs?
Yeah.
What I know of that and the area. Okay, let's see.
Area knowledge 4 in London. All right. Yeah, Squabblewogs, is a well-known Johnson and Chummer meetup place. It's for runners that are kind of new to the area to be able to meet up with anonymous jobs. It's
So it's a runner bar.
yeah, it's a runner bar. It's low key. It's rough biker place type. Like I said, it's orc grunge music.
A low-key orc biker bar. I don't think I've ever heard those things put together. All right, well, let's go there. See if we can get there without getting arrested first, and then see if we can find the people we need to get in contact with there.
So as we start heading that way, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple of bits of matrix code and start folding them up. And then whenever I'm done, I'm gonna call my machine sprite, and it'll be like a little origami tank. I'm gonna go poo poo, and then keep them around me in case I need to screw up any scanners.
Okay. All right. You guys travel successfully down to the Squabblewogs. It's not too far away. Now, while traveling in London, you've got a few different options. You can take the trolleys, a cab, or you can walk most places.
Well, I'm down for walking, less things to scan and less. Oh wait, do we know if Magpie is a London native?
I'm pretty sure I told you I was.
Okay, unless Magpie can arrange secure transportation.
Yeah, there's plenty of unmarked cabs.
Then I
Get
think
one
we
of
have
them
a
to take
ride.
us. So yeah, I wanna make a call to one of the companies that I know of to
Okay.
To get a metahuman altered cab to pick us up.
All right. We'll say it costs you 35 yen for the trip for the
Okay.
four of you.
Each or
No,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, if
Thanks.
you roll up in front of Squabblewogs, you notice it's kind of like a corner bar made of old gray brick stone. It's kind of set up against the sidewalk. There's a partition, a short partition where there's maybe 5 Harley or large burly-like motorcycles kind of parked there. And then there's a few stone steps that lead up to a wooden front door. There's also a few parking spaces around the other side for maybe 5 or 6 cars.
Just walk up and knock. Or no, not knock. This is a bar. I walk in.
As you open the door, just on the other side of the door, smoke does start to come out. There are, dark lights, neon lights coming from inside. As you open the door, just on the other side is a 6'4" tall orc in kind of biker leathers, although they're more the fit of like a European, tall, lean leathers that kind of cling to the guy. He appears to be a bouncer and asks to, or as you have opened the door, he kind of motions you forward to frisk you down. He has what looks like a metal wand in his right hand.
Sure.
All right. Do you have any weapons on you larger than a heavy pistol?
No.
All right. So do you have any weapons on you, period?
I do have a pistol on me, yes.
All right. As he runs the wand over it, he notices the pistol. He just marks it with an AR tag so that other patrons in the bar will notice if you go for your weapon.
Sure.
And then waves you through. Hardly a grunt.
Cheers, mate.
Continues to do this for the rest of you.
Yep. Medic has his machine pistol, combat knife, and then the sapphire knife, and he'll surrender the machine pistol if that is required, and then and then points out the 2 knives that he has.
He just AR marks all of them. You'll be fine.
Okay.
so when I get up to him, default reaches into his holster and pulls out his Ingram Smart Gun and says, "You want this, or can I keep it?"
And you aim it at him?
I don't aim it at him. I just kind of hold it out.
Yeah, as you hold it out, he grabs your wrist and just pushes the gun kind of back into your chest. Like, keep it holstered. He AR marks it. I don't want any trouble with you.
I don't either. I can barely shoot the thing.
All the more reason to keep it hidden. Damn newcomers.
And then there's Minos.
Yeah, Minos, you have
Have my
anything
hoodie around
larger
my
than a
waist.
heavy pistol with you?
Well, we haven't stopped anywhere, so yeah, I've got a pistol on me.
Just the
Don't
pistol?
you have a lot of stuff?
No,
Where's the rest of your stuff?
it's in Seattle. I don't plan on being here long.
Oh,
All right. So you have just the heavy pistol?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, clothes.
Well, yeah.
I mean-
No, he AR marks it and then waves you through too.
Right.
Kind of a wink and a nod to your sizes. Acknowledgement.
Yeah, I'll give a nod.
It's a rather small bar. There's one pool table off in the corner. The bar is at an odd angle. There's a very small stage, probably only 4 or 5 meters deep by 6 or 7 meters across. There is no live band tonight, although there is like a drum kit set up. The jukebox is playing some orc grunge music, although it's not too loud to be annoying. And there at the bar, there's maybe 8 stools in a straight line that go across the bar, and then there's maybe 4 to 6 small round tables and a booth. Inside the pub at this time, there's approximately 9 customers, 2 of them sitting in the back at one of the booths, and another gentleman sitting, and most of the rest of the gentlemen are sitting at one of the stools at the bar. Bartender waves you over and asks what you'll have.
and give me a pint.
All right, saddles up a pint for you.
A pint for the lads.
4 amber ales.
Ah, it's good to be on the homestead.
Yeah, like 4.
Say what?
When the
Yeah, for 4.
when the pint comes over to medic, he'll kind of raise it in good cheer.
It's a new adventures hall.
Mm.
You don't seem very comfortable here, Minos.
I'm gonna be back in Seattle.
Well, we won't be going back. We won't be going back to Seattle for a bit.
And we're running around with quite a lot of weapons and hardware, and we have no place to stay.
We are going to need a place to stay. I was hoping somebody around here. Hey, barkeep.
Yeah.
We're looking for a place to lay our heads. You know anyone around here who's a landlord?
You've got money?
Yeah, we've got some.
I suggest Rose Peak Building. Block down, a little ways up. He gives you a card with an address on it.
Appreciate
cheap
that.
flats
Thanks.
for rent. They lease them out monthly.
That's what I like to hear. And we're always looking for work. You know, people who are hiring.
Oh, you're not too secretive about what you do, huh? I know your type. Yeah.
I
See this fella back here in the back in the green camo shirt? He points.
No,
to
I can't.
Points to one of the gentlemen at the booth in back. Go settle up next to him. Sweet talk him.
mean, that's what this whole bar was for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll drink for a little bit. Do you want to go talk to this guy, or you want to go talk about a place to stay first?
Well, already here.
The beers here are tasty.
So just walk over there and like sit down next to the guy, continue drinking my beer for a little bit, and like, hey,
Hello. Yeah, you sit down next to a guy. He's wearing like kind of an olive color, thick wool shirt, dark jeans, loafers, and a hat pulled low, like a golfer's hat pulled low. Hi, you new to town?
well, it's been a while. Just looking for work.
Yeah, like old times then.
Yeah.
Well, I have been here for a few hours looking for somebody, to be honest. You guys look the part. You might work. You know your way around town?
Yeah, I know my way around town. I do have one thing. We don't do water work.
Oh, no worries about that.
I mean, what work? No, water
No, no,
work.
Very specific.
We don't have to worry about that.
Good.
No, this is recovering some lost data, potentially.
Know a guy.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your fee for a few hours of legwork?
Oh, just leg work. You don't need somebody for the real run.
Well, that is pretty much the room. It's not expected to be very hostile, but it's in an area where not everybody can go to. It's not always the safest area, but
Oh, okay. So you're not talking about high security. You're talking about really, really low security.
so to speak, yeah.
Oh yeah, something for that. Yeah, we got that.
Okay, he kind of sits back, puts his legs up on the table, lights up a large cigarette as he's puffing away at it. So, the people I represent have recently have recently purchased some territory within the Lambeth containment zone, a little east of here.
Sounds
Now-
impressive.
Into and out of the zone is restricted to, you need an escort in or out of the zone. So, we just need you to go in and uncover some potential information that'd be left over at one of the territories we've recently recovered.
Do we know that he's talking about a job, or can we hear any of this?
He did announce, I think, that there was a Johnson here, but I don't know what he's playing back.
I literally just said we want to talk to this guy about a job or go and get a place to stay, and then I went and talked to that guy.
But like, are you piping through the audio or anything through like audio?
Yeah.
Or you are, so we can all hear it.
Yep.
The guy's just speaking out loud, yeah.
Well, I'm probably not close to him, but if that's the case, I'd like to have my crack spike search his comm link for any information related to how much he's willing to pay.
Make a roll.
Just figure out what his budget is, you know?
Makes sense.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll. So I need to find his comm link first. Or is it running? Is it running silent, or is it in the open?
Yeah, he's running silent right now, trying to filter out the noise. Oh, actually, yeah, he just had somebody sit down, so he put it into silent.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try and find out the matrix
Search.
perception. Correct. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you see it.
I'm gonna have. I guess in the crack sprite would do hack on the fly in order to get a mark.
You have your mark.
And then I guess he'll search the comm link for any files related to just the matrix search for any files related to this job that he's talking about with the data recovery and in the Lambeth containment zone.
All right. Yeah. While Magpie's speaking with him, you do come across a text message saying that $2,500 have been authorized to the account or transferred to his slush fund. So Magpie, did you give him an answer? He's asking him what your legwork fee is for about 4 or 5 hours of work. Minimal threat.
A standard fee.
All right. Well, how about 2,000 yen?
An hour? Sure.
No, I was thinking for the full 4 hours. And
That's-
then maybe something more, depending on what information you can bring back.
Maybe if there's hazard pay involved, like if we start getting shot at, then the price goes up. That's just the way it goes.
There could be some hazard pay involved, depending. But you have to make sure you bring us back some information. If you don't bring us back anything, it's not worth squat to us.
Well, of course, you don't complete the job, you don't get paid. That's just the way things go.
All right. I'm glad we
Can
agree
I-
on that.
I would like to roll negotiation with this gentleman.
Okay.
Can my 6 successes on that search roll for the file count as assist dice for his negotiation test?
I take it you're telling him the information that he had 2,500 yen.
Yeah, I put it over D&I in the Skype. Should I be doing that in roll 20?
No, that's fine.
Oh, I got 7 hits already.
Yeah. So
Fine. Don't use my roll.
I mean, I can. My limit is 8.
So what we're looking for is some information on the Grimm project. This building that we're asking you to go to used to house a research project under the old Fuji America Soft. So we think there might be some old information from the 50s on the Grimm project in there. We'd like you
Grimm?
to cover it. Grem, Grem.
Well, that sounds like a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's since it's been in the Lambeth containment zone, the building's been mostly unused for the last 20 years. It's boarded up and dilapidated. So we'd like you to search through it, recover any information from the old servers or hardware that you can, and bring that back to us.
So what do I know about the Lambeth containment zone?
The Lambeth containment zone was developed, I believe, in the 30s or 40s, during the time of goblinization. It was set up as like an apartheid to section off metahumans from the rest of people, or from the rest of society, to try to decrease or slow down the spread of the goblinization, when really the company that put up the walls started doing metahuman experimentation on these people, and it turned into a giant fiasco. So since then, the Lambeth containment zone is pretty much in almost entirely slums. It's run mostly by groups of gangers fighting for territory, and most of the buildings in there are just the homes to homeless, or they just shelter homeless people and vagrants, one type of scum or another.
Oh, so they've got a Redmond Barons too.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'll feel right at home.
And it is mostly metahumans that still walk the streets of this area.
So the combination of that and Orc Underground.
Yep.
Okay, well, seems fine. I don't see any problem with that.
All right. So he does agree to 2,300 yen, and he can cut you in a bonus. Well, you had 7 successes. Eventually, you work him all the way up to 2,500 yen, and he promises you that for the information that you bring back, a fair price will be given.
And that is each, right?
What are you doing here? No. 2,500. That's all the run I got.
Well, it's only 4 hours of work. That makes sense.
It's through DNI. It's down payment on a.
Plus, who doesn't
On a
want to
boat.
sightsee around London, right?
Through the nice parts.
All right, well, where's your man? When are we meeting?
Oh. Let's see. I said it was around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night.
Something like that.
Well, the best time to do it would be just after rush hour in the morning. Say 10:30.
Okay, so we're supposed to just roll into this place, get what we can, get back out?
Yep.
Okay. You can do that. In the meantime, shake his hand, get out of there. And I think we want to go and check out this place to stay, see if we can get like a safe house.
Okay. Yeah, on your way out, as you're passing by the last stool of the bar, gentleman that's sitting there kind of falls back. He's been drinking heavily all night. As he falls back off the stool, obviously he was trying to get your attention, but he grabs you almost by the elbow of your arm. Hey, wait a second there, buddy. I need to talk to you.
Just kind of, pull my arm out of his hand. What is it?
I couldn't help but overhear. You smell the stench of alcohol coming off of his voice. The guy is dressed in like a tan long coat and a tan long coat and trilby hat. He introduces himself. I'm Detective Gregor. I couldn't help but overhear you're going into the Lambeth containment zone.
Might be careful of what you overhear in a place like this.
No,
What do you want?
All's good. I need help too. If you're already going that way, perhaps you could help me find some of these people I've been looking for.
Anything's possible for a price? What is it?
Of course. He shows you pictures of two young women and one fairly young-looking boy, like a 14, 15-year-old boy, and says they've been missing for several months now. The youngest boy here, he's been gone almost 3 months, and these two young ladies, they've been gone 4 weeks for this one and 7 weeks for her. If you see them, if you just bring back any information on them that you could, I'd really appreciate it. I'll make it worth your time.
Sure, no problem. Just kind of take it and just like, okay. And just sweep past him without much thought.
Okay. He holds out a business card for you in AR that says Detective Gregor.
Sure. Grab that. I'm pretty sure that these people are toast by now. That long missing persons, please. But I'll take this card from him.
All right.
And then as we're leaving, I'll hand it back to Minos, and I'm like, "This is the kind of thing you like to do, right?
What's that?
Help people."
As opposed to not?
I
Yeah.
like to help people.
Fine, I'll take it. Sure.
Just keep an eye out. That way.
Oh, I forgot he didn't offer money. I'll keep an
He
eye.
said he'd pay us for the information. He did say that.
Oh, that's why I got the card. Okay.
Come on, I'm not
So are we
completely
heading out to
heartless.
the containment zone now?
I think the plan was to go and check out this this apartment complex
So
because the containment zone thing is tomorrow morning.
the containment zone is not safe during the night. Other things come out besides people. They rumor at night, and so really he suggests the best time to go into the containment zone, and when he can secure you an escort in, which will give you valid access in and out of the containment zone. is between 10:30 and 2, or sorry, 10:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Kind of in between peak traffic times when they can get you in and out. Because, like I said, to be there overnight is considered quite dangerous.
I'm surprised we're not there right now. That's the case. Don't tell me it's flooded and there's snakes. Okay, well, let's go and see about getting a bedroom.
All right, you arrive at the Rose Hotel Flats.
Sure.
From the outside, it's not as run down as many of the other buildings. It's 6 stories tall. It looks to be about 3 bedrooms, or 3 small apartments wide, with the door a little bit offset to one side of the center of the building. The door is a large double hinged wooden door.
Go on through.
Yeah.
You enter into a small foyer area with a set of stairs leading up in a diagonal or like crisscross manner. You assume going up to the different floors. There's also a elevator that smells more like urine than anything else. It does appear to be running though, as you see a few kids running in and out of it, playing with the doors and buttons and whatnot, setting off the alarm in it. There's a black orc sitting behind the what looks like a small work counter, who looks up at you as you enter into the building. Not from around here.
Why do they always say that?
I don't know. I never got this when I lived here.
No, I mean, you don't live here. What can I do for you?
Oh, yes,
We'd
we
like
don't
to
live
live
here.
here.
We'd like to live here.
You'd like a place. How many?
4?
I mean, I got 5
Like,
with
how many
me,
places
so-
or how many people?
4 flats?
I mean, yeah, if you only have 1-bedroom flats, unless you have like a bigger accommodation kind of thing.
We have 2 2-bedroom apartments available and several flats.
What's the cheapest?
Not many tenants these days. The flats.
Let's do that then.
1,000 yen a month.
Good.
At each?
That'd be each flat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Does anybody have a couch I can sleep on?
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Mine didn't come with a couch.
So yeah, the flats are 1 bedroom, or it's like a studio bedroom with a bathroom
Sure.
and a cooking nook off to the side.
How much are the 2-bedroom ones?
The 2-bedroom ones are $2,500 a month.
We can get bunk beds.
It's a little bit nicer, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean it is a little bit larger. It has 2 bedrooms and still 1 small bathroom detached, kind of in between the 2 bedrooms.
Like a common area.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll take the
and
top
then
one.
a living area, and then the breakfast nook. What area that would be is twice the size of the smaller apartments.
I'll get one of those.
Okay.
Bunk beds?
No.
Minos, you want to split a room in a bunk bed with me?
Sure, I'll take the top bunk.
Yes! I mean, I'll sleep wherever. I'm just glad I have a bed.
Yeah, you'll there will not be any survivors on that.
All right, Medic, are you taking a flat or? I think your mic's off.
Yeah, my mic is off. I'll take a single.
Okay.
Unless we're doing two bedrooms.
I think Minos and Magpie and I are rooming in a 2-bedroom flat, unless Minos is joking.
I'm getting a 2-bedroom flat.
Just
Oh,
for
we're not
yourself?
invited to stay with you?
No.
Come back to my couch.
Like, You can come by.
Are you gonna make him? Are you gonna make him sleep on the couch while you have the other bedroom just empty?
No, it's not going to be empty. There's going to be stuff going on in there. You could sleep on the couch if you want. That's no problem.
You can sleep on
All
that.
right.
It's fine.
Hey,
No,
squatter
don't
on the
worry.
couch. I'm good with anybody letting me. I'll rotate between your places. That way none of y'all get tired of me.
Right.
So what is this? What are these equivalent to?
These would be equivalent to a low lifestyle. Or, yeah, I think so, right? 1,000, 2,500.
Low lifestyle is 2,000 apiece.
So the loft is a low. Just think of it like that. It's just a little bit. It's just a more ramshackle low.
So low cramped.
Sure. Like, because this is London, all of these buildings have had renovations done to them several times over. So different parts of the building will look like newer, older brick or newer, older wood, things like that. Some windows are brand new looking, while others are many, many years old.
And I take it this place is also a bit dangerous, or it's in
Yeah,
that
you
kind of a
do-
good area.
You do occasionally hear a gunshot ring out, or people screaming or yelling at one another. You hear lots of horns honking and whatnot, especially when you're traveling around at 7 o'clock, because there's still quite a bit of traffic congestion in the area.
Okay. This isn't going to be good for me. Looking around at the place. You guys okay with this?
For now, yeah, I don't think we have much of a choice.
It's a roof.
You always have a choice.
This guy didn't
Man
ask for your
always
IDs.
has a choice. No, he didn't.
I need a place to lay down so I can start poking around some information on this Project Grim and stuff. So if we're gonna go somewhere else, let's do it fast.
No, this seems fine. Seems fine. I'm gonna, yeah, you guys, go check your places out. I'm gonna go ask around a little bit.
Oh, Medic will start loading start bringing stuff in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be making some calls, as I need to get a middle lifestyle, because I have creature of comfort middle,
Okay.
and I can't live in such a place.
No problem.
Maybe
But
you get both the flats, and just knock a wall out between them.
I actually have an ID for London, so I could find a place. And I will try to do such a thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if I need to roll something or just spend
No.
money or what.
You have a legal
So
sin.
before we all,
I don't have a legal sin. I do have a rating 4 fake sin.
Okay, for the London area though.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. Go ahead and you said you just need a medium lifestyle, but
Yes.
it'll still be in the south side sector.
That's fine. It's just I need medium.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Well, lifestyles are by nature temporary, since you only have to buy them month by month.
A little more than that. 4 weeks, a month. Sure, that'll work. You can take a month and figure it out.
You really just don't want to be in London, do you?
Yes.
the beer was okay. Was that beer? What was that?
Yeah. Yeah, that was beer.
I wasn't sure if it was tea.
I mean,
I heard people from London drink a lot of tea. I thought maybe that was just really strong tea. What do they call it? Kombucha?
Tea? Call it tea.
yeah, we'll have tea. It's just a little late for that right now.
It is tea time. That whole thing.
I think
Yeah,
it's
you
at
know.
like 2.
It's a lot of times during the day you have a cuppa. It's fine, guys. Come on.
All right. So what are we doing during the night?
Sleeping?
All right. Anybody else doing anything besides sleep?
Sadly, I am not sleeping because I have to find out about Project Grim, which I'm assuming is going to be really hard to do matrix searches for.
And probably on an isolated server, because that's how Shadowrun works.
Yeah.
Did you ever roll to counter my erased matrix signature thing earlier?
No, I didn't. It was just some dude's simple comlink. I didn't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I rolled 3 successes, and that's basically going to be the last service of that sprite. So that sprite goes away.
Perfect.
And the other sprites, I will call forth since it's a legal action, I'm going to call forth all of my sprites and have all of my sprites do matrix searches for Project Grim, and maybe one of them will get a whole lot of hits.
Let's see it.
Is this actively hidden or erased knowledge?
Yes, it's erased knowledge.
So 12 hours.
Okay. You want to make your rolls for it now?
Yeah, I got 4 sprites. I'm making 4 rolls.
While he's doing that, everybody else is sleeping then throughout the night, getting their 8 hours.
Yeah.
5, 7, 4.
Woohoo!
Perfect.
I guess I don't actually have to stay up if I tell them to do it, but which sprite was that? One of my paper cranes is gonna get 7 hits. The other ones get 5, and then my tank got a 4. So they don't find anything, but the paper crane gets 7 hits. So if you're, yeah, awesome. Woo!
So the Grim Project was part of the Fuki America research, medicinal research, but when the Lambeth Containment Zone was kind of busted up, people discovered, the media discovered what was actually happening in there, and brought Fuki America to basically to their economic knees in the London area, and that company moved out. So there's just a vague reference to the Grim Project having been one of the another one of the projects that the Fuki America was working on, and it had something vaguely to do with the HMHVV3 virus.
Do I know what that is?
A little more research on that will show you that the HMHVV3 virus is actually a precursor to ghoulism. So people that contract that normally go get severe mental disorders and eventually turn into a ghoul.
Yeesh. And what
That's-
exactly were we looking for from the Johnson? I'm sorry, team. What were we looking for from the Johnson again? Because this is looking like ghoul stuff. Oh wait,
We were
guys.
looking for
Guys, are y'all
data.
awake?
Data. Not ghouls, data.
But wasn't it data about the Grim Project?
Yes.
Well, the Grim Project was about ghouls.
Oh, lovely.
Well, that's grim. But we're looking for data, not ghouls.
I guess I'm gonna go do some research. Oh, we're going in the morning, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, then that'll be when I wake up in the morning and go, oh, guys, Grim is about ghouls.
You just kind of see Meta kind of put his hands to his head and kind of sigh. What was wrong? You don't want to have any of their blood touch you. We'll put it that way.
No, I know what ghouls are, but why are you freaking out? This is data.
Yeah, but okay, if they're involved, this is a contaminated zone, correct?
No.
Think of the data as unclean water filters. And the ghouls like sea serpents.
Minos has my point.
You could do that, or you could think of it as we're not being offered a ridiculous amount of money to go do something relatively simple. We're getting offered an amount of money that's not very high to go and go somewhere dangerous. This is like real runs.
Maybe we can make some more money off finding those other kids. Was there like a kid or something that was missing that we were gonna get some information on?
I mean,
Yep.
missing kids are worth a lot of money, but not for
Can you like
finding
look
them.
at?
Yeah, we would be forced to extract them.
That might be worth it if we actually look for a reward.
No, I mean,
Do you know what?
I'm just saying,
See
it'd
if
be a
there
really
is
quick search. Just
I was
give me
gonna-
their names.
okay.
We never got their names.
We never got the names. We got pictures.
Yeah, you've got 3 pictures with their name, the first name.
I'm gonna send one of my machine spirits out to locate them based off the picture, right?
Okay.
And I will message the detective and see if he's got any more relevant information. Why they were there, why he thinks they're there, that sort of thing.
So the information you get back is just that these 3 people have gone missing over the several people have gone missing, but these are the 3 most recent ones in the last 3 months. So there have been maybe 24 people go missing in the last 3.5 years he's been working on this case. So of the areas of London that he's been to, the Lambeth containment zone is too dangerous for him to go into alone. And so he hasn't done a whole lot of searching in that area. He just asks people, he kind of tends to ask people all the time for their assistance in this, hoping anybody can give him some breadcrumbs to help chase down these people.
But he only has first names, no last names.
Yep, no last names.
That's gonna make it harder. I'm gonna take a die pool penalty for that.
Are you asking, are you?
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. Am I gonna take a die pool penalty on my matrix search for not knowing their names?
So we've got the names.
Yeah, we have first names. So it'll be a minus 3 dice pool. Oh, also in this area of London, it's always a noise 3 area.
Ooh.
So that's an
Basically-
additional -3, right?
Unless you have any noise reduction.
The detective says that this place is too dangerous for him to go. So it's basically kind of like a jack-o'-lantern bar. Really large,
Yeah, sure.
something like that.
Yeah, but there also may be like, cannibals and stuff. Who knows?
There are a lot of biker gangs, and they wouldn't like a detective there.
We need a car. I want to see about getting us a car.
A rental?
Sure, rental's fine. I could just buy a car, but sure.
Oh, okay, if you want to purchase one. You can find a
What model?
BMW equivalent of most everything.
Oh, BMW. Let's see, we're gonna need something that can fit a troll. We need a truck. That's what we need. We need a truck. How much your rentals cost?
A tenth of the price. Well, what vehicle?
Like a Toyota Gopher, which is a truck. Because I figure it's got 3 seats and then a bed, so that means that the troll can actually fit in the bed.
Yeah, let's say it's about. We'll say it's $900 a month.
Sure, that works.
So I got 3 hits on my matrix search for these kids.
Yes, medic, that works with the foci. Sorry,
Okay.
what was that default?
I got 3 hits on my matrix searches for the missing people with the die penalties you gave me. I think it was like 6 die penalties, so I had one of my crack sprites assist me.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to find information similar to what the detective has already given you on these 3 individuals that they have gone missing. They were reported to local policing agency, but other than that, there really isn't any information to go on other than like you know like their social updates and things like that from before they went missing. But these 3 people were relatively poor and unknown.
No previous home address, no social media, no nothing.
They all 3 lived in the south side, but none of them have social media, anything. Other than like their, shopping preferences and whatnot.
Were they on the border of the south side with the Grim?
No,
I'm sorry, with the Lambeth?
no. Well, they are all on the southeast of the south side. But that's kind of where you guys are at too.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing really of interest.
I guess we'll see if we can see anything about these guys, but don't look if there's any rewards, don't look if there's anything really important.
Nope.
Like I said. Yeah, so I'm just like I pick them all up in the truck, and we drive off to the place.
Squabble walks.
Yeah.
All right. You get there a little before 10, even though the traffic is gross at this time of day, and pull into one of the 5 slots. This place is pretty much empty at this time of day, and the music is turned down really low as you enter through the door. The man that was there yesterday with the green, almost camel wool sweater is still sitting at the booth there in the back, nursing himself a drink.
We ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready if you are. Did you give him your name yesterday?
I don't think we did.
All right. Well, obviously you can just call me Mr. Johnson. But what should I call you?
Ready.
All right, ready. Then your escort will meet you. He gives you a street name. It's a dark blue Honda motorcycle, and they will escort you into the containment zone.
Good.
All right. With that, he forwards the AR coordinates to the physical address of the building and gives you a nod.
Now, clone it out to everybody else, and then we just, all right, let's do this.
All right. So as you guys pull up to the coordinates that he gave you before, there is a dark blue Honda motorcycle there. There is a rider on it in dark leathers. They actually have a police, British Metro Police badge on their shoulder, denoting their position. And as you get close, as the vehicle gets close, he's looking at you, and then he does 2 taps on his visor, and then kind of does one of these waves ahead towards the Lambeth containment zone, and then pulls off right in front of your truck.
Nice. Just follow on after.
Yeah, your AR tag led you directly to him, by the way. So you follow him as you guys pull up to the Lambeth containment zone. The street leading into it is barricaded off with those parking blocks that come down. There are 3 police officers there guarding the entranceway across this street. The police officer that you're with pulls up his motorcycle next to him. Looks like he gives him a few credits, whatnot, and they lift the gate, and the 2 vehicles are allowed to travel underneath. You're about 1 minute into the containment area when he kind of slows down and motions you to pull up beside his vehicle.
Just kind of, slowly approach, roll down the window. Yeah.
He lifts up his visor. All right, this is about as far as I go. You guys have the GPS coordinates towards the building, so I'll remain here. When you guys are ready to leave, just rendezvous back. Make sure it's before 2:30, because we're gonna need about 10 to 15 minutes to leave and vacate the area.
Sure.
All right, best of luck to you. He forwarded you his contact information, so that way, if in case you guys do run into some problems, you can let him know.
Right.
Not that he'll go in to help you, but you can let him know.
Yeah. Just so he knows to get his men out of there or whatever.
Right.
So look back and like knock back on the back window to Minos and like open the slot. Like, all right, you know where we're going?
To the Fuji place. We get directions.
Just keep an eye
You're
out.
driving. My driving.
You're our eyes in the sky here. Come on. So,
All right.
Mhm.
So I'm going to assume that we have like this is like your typical one-seater with a bench seat.
Well, it's got 3 seats. So I don't know what that means. I'm guessing a bench.
Yeah.
It's probably a bench.
And then it's got Minos in the bed.
So I'm fine with default being in the middle, medical take passenger side, and kind of when we hit the containment zone, medic's going to kind of have the machine pistol on his lap, and he's watching like the right hand. Well, in London this would be the left hand side because that's
Yep.
passenger. Watching the left hand side for anything, just kind of a lot more on alert.
All right. Yeah, as you.
I'll be doing Matrix Overwatch,
Okay.
Matrix Perceptions, just looking around for silent devices, blah blah blah.
Yeah, actually, in the Lambeth containment zone, the noise level goes up to 4, and there are almost no wireless signals unless it's coming off like street gangers every once in a while with their wireless smart linked pistols.
So I'll be slumped over like this because I'll be in hot sim. My Matrix Perception is pretty pathetic, but I'll try.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys, you drive down to the location that you were given. As you pull up to the old Fuki Americasoft, Medicalsoft industry or company there, you notice that this building used to be 5 stories tall. Only the first and second story seem to be remaining of the building. It looks 25 to 30 years unused. Parts of it have eroded and fallen in on itself. The front 2 glass doors, or what used to be the front doors, have been boarded up, as well as most of the windows along the sides of the building. There are 2 loading docks in back and another side employee entrance.
Hey, look, let's still search through.
On the outside of the building, it's mostly been reclaimed by nature and the dust and whatnot. Like I said, parts of it are rusted and fallen in. It looks very much dilapidated. The graffiti all around it, instead of being like normal gang signs and symbols, things like that, there are actually lots of skulls and crossbones with danger, stay out warnings along that nature. In the area around this building, there are several other old derelict factory buildings, and while you don't see any like go-gangers or anything like that, you do see an awful lot of homeless people kind of amassed in the area, not in or directly around the building, the Fukasoft building, but in the area directly around it, in the other buildings that kind of connect to it.
Oh, this place is a shithole.
Mm-hmm.
Should be
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
haven't
fun.
stopped having that thought since I got here.
Yeah. I don't want to be here for very long. All right.
Oh,
Let's do this
I'm
quick.
scared of London. Never mind. Anyways, yes. So I guess I'm taking point on this.
Yeah.
Injection.
I mean, yeah.
All right, just hang on the track real quick. It's still fairly early. We have what, a 2:30 cutoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to make this quick. We're looking for information. Are we looking for physical files? Are we looking for, I guess, just anything?
Anything, but I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of terminal or data connection in here somewhere.
Okay. I am going to use my radar and use that, try to get as good of a floor plan layout as I can, see if there's also anything below us. Looking for people, things, warm bodies, and the like. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you're
and I can eventually I can send them all 3D map.
yeah, you do radar the area. It does pick up some of the underground structure beneath you. All parts of London have this like where the old sewer systems and whatnot that have collapsed over decades and decades past have fallen in on themselves over and over again. So there's all sorts of small gaps and holes leading up to the building. You do notice with the building though, it looks like the first floor is mostly intact. The second floor looks like it has several different holes through the flooring of it. So most of the second floor also looks dilapidated beyond like safe travel. And then it also appears that there is a basement area as there's this large opening beneath the first floor. Although your sonar, it is sonar, right?
Yeah, well, it's ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
Slightly. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, in your ultrasound doesn't quite penetrate down to where it can give you a full picture of like if there are stairs or a tunnel down into the basement, but because it only bleeds so far into the first floor
Mhm.
there, or into the building, I should say.
Anything alive in there? Alive's probably not the best word.
You don't see any movement, no, like other
Okay.
than maybe rats and things like that.
Okay. So yeah, I will form that all up and using the orientation system and send that out via, link to everyone, and that way they have a 3D map of what I've got so far. And as we go along, we can see what we can get a hold of anywhere we want to go first.
I wonder what's down in that hole.
Probably
You're looking-
the first floor.
Hmm.
And we're
Okay.
looking for the servers, correct?
Anything really that's going to hold data, but yeah, most likely servers.
You don't see any lights or any running electricity to this building at all. There's no wireless signals or codes coming from the building. It looks entirely derelict.
Well, if it's going to be good information, it's going to be hidden.
So
Only
another
got some
question.
sort of magical being that could look for such a thing.
They talked gangers and the like. Should we keep someone out here? Watch the van?
Why don't we just drive the van inside? With a truck.
Or we'll at least hide it around back, or can it
Just
fit
right-
inside?
Right inside. So there were double doors, right?
They do have double doors.
Yeah, it's just a light truck. It's not like a Ford F-150 or something.
There's a big hole on the first floor, where the first floor has fallen through.
Yeah, I don't want to park in there. Okay. Of the 25% of the group that you suggest waits at the truck, which one would you like to pick?
Oh, I'm not saying someone wait, but we need to do something with it.
Yeah, I want to hide it inside.
I mean, if that's feasible, then that's not a bad idea. But is it feasible, Jeff?
The front doors, the front glass doors are not like raised up or up any steps or anything like that. So technically you could drive up to it. Just maybe moving minimal rubbish and waste out of the way, large rocks and whatnot. But the doors are boarded up at the moment. So are you looking to drive through them, or are you going to rip all that down first?
There's employee entrances off to the side. We can just hide. Van off on the side.
Yeah, well, you're our eyes in the sky, man. You find us that place, I'll go there.
Right. I'll find a decent spot to hide the van.
Truck.
Preferably near the
Truck.
van, trolley.
Yeah, if you thought the London streets were thin,
Or-
the alleys are incredibly thin, and even so, ever more so in this part of town, where it's styled and remade off of the off the old homes and old factories of London. So you do pull off into the alley. It's only wide enough for the truck and for you guys to barely open the doors, so no other vehicle would be able to travel down this alley.
Sure.
All right, and from here you wish to. This is in the back. So, oh yeah, in the back there's actually a small loading dock that you can drive the vehicle up onto. There's a cement ramp that leads up the loading dock, and so you could actually park on the back loading dock and walk right into the first floor of the building that way.
I think it's one of those ones that have a like a drop-down door or a sliding door.
I'm sorry, the dock doors.
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually no door left. It's all just boarded up.
Okay.
So we can park here, and guess we can start searching the first floor.
Yeah, searching's
together.
good.
Right. So everything's boarded up, so we can. Is the employee interest boarded up as well?
Yes.
With just wood.
Yeah, just wood.
Oh, save that. It's valuable.
Well, let's start taking it down as quietly as I can. I don't want to create a whole lot of noise.
I'll give him a hand on that.
And I take it
Now-
you don't have any tools to do this with? All right. Yeah, your strength is
Medic
more
has a
than enough to
crowbar.
rip several of these boards off the wall. Without making noise, though, it is more difficult because as you pull them out, most of the nails and whatnot screech as they're pulled free of their metal and wood.
I'll be looking around with my Ingram Smart Gun out.
Hey, calm down there, Twitchy. Can you find a friend, phone a friend here to see if we can find anything hidden in there?
It's a little noisy, but I can ask one of them, you know? Is there a keypad here that is powered or anything like that? Any kind of external powered device?
Nope.
No, it's all dead.
Then I guess I will ask my crack sprite to look around for devices running silent.
All right. You can go ahead and roll it. All right, Minos, you've
You
pried
said it's 4?
most of the wood off of this first door.
Okay. Is the door open?
Yeah, actually, the doorway past the boarded up wood is no longer there. So there is only a few streams of light filtering into the building here on this floor, and so it is really hard to see in there with normal vision.
Okay. We all good? Go in?
Yep, ready. Just let me hit the flashlight and I'm going to flick the low light flashlight on my Crusader.
All right.
Does my crack sprite see any devices running silent?
It does not.
I'll just be looking around with my cat eyes.
All right. Low light, low light. Minos is using low light or thermal. And Magpie.
Magpie is also using thermal.
All right. So it's a cool day. As such, the thermal doesn't really pick up anything more than you know, like cockroaches and rats, things like that. I mean, they're large cockroaches, but barely anything is picking up abnormal on the thermals. With your low light vision, it is still rather hard to see in the building, or while as you're making your way through the building. But you do walk out into the fallout. Yeah, you do walk out into the main factory floor. So it's a large open room. As you do come into the building, a stench of putrid meat and death fills the air. I'd like everybody to go ahead and make a will save, or charisma plus will save.
Is that what, composure?
That is
I believe
composure,
so.
correct.
And
No modifiers?
No modifiers. Unless you have like some sort of toxin resistance.
Give me one moment. I think my mask. I did not declare wearing my mask, so no, I'm not going to do that. Because I have gas masks in my mask.
Gas masks don't filter out smells, though, even though they do
That's
filter
true.
out toxins. Yeah.
I could always just swap it over into internal air tank, because
That's smart.
I didn't say I had my mask on, so I'm not going to do that. I shall suffer.
Default, did I already see your roll there? Was that the top one? 5?
Got 5.
Perfect. So, while the stench is disgusting, to say the least, it does not affect any of you.
Yay!
Smells like home, guys. What's the big deal?
No home I've ever had.
With that, medic's going to reach back into my bag, pull out my ballistic mask, put it on, turn on the ultrasound sensor.
Okay. Yeah. So even with your ultrasound sensor in passive there, Minos, you should be able to, you'll still see pings occasionally from Medic's device.
I'll probably be, if it's annoying him, I'll throw it on to
Yeah.
passive as well.
I was about to say, it actually probably helps him see.
Yeah.
Well, I have to actually be using it
Yeah.
to do that. We'll go in 20 feet or so, and I'll take a moment to reapply and see if I see any more of the map and go from there.
All right. So as you step out kind of almost into the center of this room, you do a ping. You do see the second floor above you, and you do find a stairwell leading up to the second floor. At the far end of this room, there are 2 large offices. It looks like there's more of the same up on the second floor, kind of a open room like the one you're in now, with 2 large offices and probably like a bathroom and a custodial room. Also at the far end of this, you see what looks like a clean room, and you do notice stairs leading down into a basement from there. What looks like a cellar drop door.
Ooh, that looks promising.
Medic kind of rubs his hands together. And this is when things get a little bit interesting.
Clean room, and what else was there?
From the clean room, it looks like it leads into a drop-down cellar door. So, like, there's 4 steps that lead down from the other side of the clean room, and there's a tunnel that goes almost straight down from there into the
Any
lower open
power yet?
basement area.
Any power yet?
No, nothing is powered.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there, so we'll check out the office space first.
All right.
Hey, we're looking for data. Office data. Office.
Server clean room.
So as you go, you make your way through the first floor, the 2 offices there at the end of the first floor. They're caked in a thick layer of dust and also like a powder, like a discolored powder. If you have the misfortune of breathing it in, it burns the lungs and adds to the misery of the stench all around you. So it looks
Hooray,
like this
gas
place
mask.
was pretty thoroughly sprayed down. Yeah, medic is fine.
This place Well, they didn't want whatever happened here go anywhere else. Makes this whole ghoul story make a lot of sense.
Well,
All right, nothing else of interest though. Like any hard-cased files have long ago disintegrated or turned to rot, mildew.
any electronic devices?
None that are serviceable or would hold information
In either office?
in either office. Yep.
My gut tells me whatever we're going to be looking for is going to be deep, 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 or high, because something's got to discourage scavengers from getting to it, whatever it was or is.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a cakewalk. So, we try the second floor, we go down.
Well, I guess we go down as much as we can. I have a feeling things getting buried makes sense. What? Yeah. Yeah.
All right, the drop-down cellar door is just past the clean room. The clean room, you can push your way into. The door is obviously held to seal at some time, but the rubber and plastic that helped make that possible is long since degraded.
Okay.
You can
And
tell.
in this clean room, is this like a decontamination room, or is this more like a
Yeah.
place where they do stuff?
No, it was more like a decontamination room, similar to the pressure room that you went through before down in the aquarium. Only this one it has the nozzles for spraying, cleaning the whoever was traveling in and out.
This is a good sign.
Any power?
No. Push your
All
way
right.
through the
Get to the
second
door?
door, and you notice the 4 cement steps leading down to a small platform and a large metal ring, which is the handle to the cellar door. As you go to pull it up, it takes menace-like strength to lift the rusted and corroded door free. It does make a loud screeching racket as you open the door, and you notice the flutter of several rats down below as they move around.
Before we go any deeper, and this is myself addressing the rest of the team, if there is anything down here, how are we going to approach this? Are we going to handle them non-lethally? Are we going to try to avoid them? Or are we just going to take them down?
I was going to push Magpie in front and have him talk to him.
And okay, that's fair.
On a more serious
What if
note,
they're
I plan on shooting any of them that I see because those things are terrifying.
I would
Yeah, I was
just
going
like
to say,
to
if
point
they are
out,
ghouls, how are we going to handle them?
if they are
'Cause I don't
ghouls,
want to
they
be treating
die.
that.
Whoa, wait, hold on, wait. Let's back that up. What if they're like not like the crazy kind of ghouls?
If
That's
we,
a
if we
different
have
thing.
the-
That's
if we have the ability to negotiate it with them, we'll try to negotiate with them. If they are refuse to do that or are outright hostile, we just terminate them. Correct? We're not going to do anything fancy.
If we're not going to do anything fancy, just shoot anything you see with stick and shock. Solves the problem. If they don't go down with stick and shock, then we kill them. If they do, then we're sorry. Because if they were going to negotiate, they should have said something sooner.
Fair enough. And Minix going to and I'm going to make sure I have my second shock loaded into the AR and making sure my knife is easily accessible.
Maybe
Alright.
we should be doing some of that stuff we did back whenever we were at the aquarium.
And that was the second thing I was going to mention. I was like, we're going to tight quarters up in here. I suggest that we handle this in a manner more myself and Minos are familiar with. I'm trying to remember if I knew Minos had a military history. I think we I think we knew that. And the medic's going to explain the mechanics behind the dynamic entry. Slice the pie. I think slice the pie would be a better option.
Medic has pie?
No, medic's teaching you how to slice the pie.
Now I want pie.
Diamond formation, maybe the one you want. +1 against surprise checks and +2 on initiative rolls. Slice, also known as cutting the cake, slicing the pie is used for when you're building searching. So that gives
Which
a bonus
applies
to
here too.
the first
defenses.
person. But
To
the
the first person?
one person.
Oh yeah, it's for the searcher. Okay, yeah, no. It would be diamond formation would be the best one for that then.
Yeah, that's just all of us looking in different directions as we move slowly through this area.
Yeah. And then I can do slice pie on my own, on myself. All right, so I'm going to roll the small units tactics. And I need 4 hits. Anyone going to be assisting me with that?
I will be giving you a leadership test.
Wonderful.
You can make that roll untrained, right?
Yes.
Because my character
Yep.
is very interested in these tactics, and I'm probably going to be taking small units tactics later. But right now, it's like, oh, I just really want to try.
Yeah, you can definitely have medic help teach you.
That's what, just logic?
Intuition.
Oh yeah. Well, unless you already have it as a knowledge skill.
And if you default on it, you just take a -1.
You roll at your stat -1.
So I got 3 extra.
You're going to be getting 8
Ooh.
extra for me.
I can only keep 6.
All right.
So you're getting 6.
And my limit goes up by 3 because I had 3 people help me.
Yeah, but I failed.
Oh, sad face.
I didn't get a single success.
All right.
Well, you still raise the limit, and we got the max, so.
Yeah.
Ugh.
3.
You failed.
I'm going to use a point of edge to get the rest. So got 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to roll 15 extra dice.
You failed us, medic.
Boop. I'm resolving this problem.
Nice.
I wish I had that in my initial roll. I can't
Wow.
keep all 9.
So you
Do we get
you got the
bonus?
4 successes you needed. No.
Yep.
You got 7?
So that means we'll get +1 to surprise rolls and +2 to initiative rolls as we do this maneuver. And we're just going. Essentially, it's like movie style. 4 guys with guns pointed in 4 different directions, moving as a unit through the place.
Excellent. So you guys tactically make your way down the cellar door. It's about 8-9 meters down to the. No, it's probably about 7 meters down to the next level. So this part is made of thick cement. As you do come down to the bottom of the stairs, looking around at the walls, you notice very deep claw marks or nail marks in the cement as parts of the cement have been ripped and gouged away. You see spatters of blood and more of that thick dust and that powdery green, off green powdery residue that is obviously sprayed around everywhere. This leads into
How
a
do you think
hallway
that
going
is?
back north.
Medic, what is that stuff?
I was just going to ask, can I use my chemistry skill to figure out what the stuff is? Or can I use parazoology?
Chemistry would do it, but it would take a long test. Like, it's not something... You don't have your chemistry set there with you to be able to break this down right at the moment.
Can I make an educated guess?
An educated guess, yes.
All right, off my chemistry, or do you want me to use, like, parazoology? Because it would be a knowledge check then.
Let's do parazoology.
Any penalties or modifiers?
You're not familiar with the London area, correct? Never been here before?
That's correct.
Have you ever been to Chicago before?
You're saying something?
No.
I have area knowledge London. I don't know if I can help him with it at all.
Yeah, we'll see you can help.
As we're kind of like, throwing ideas back at each other, what it possibly could be. Well, here's 2 dice.
Okay.
Now let's see it, medic.
All right, just going straight out chemistry.
I kind of don't want to know. Is that weird?
4.
All right, 4 successes. So it looks like some sort of bug bomb has gone off. So there's obviously a lot of this foam stuff sprayed all over the place to keep some sort of air contamination down or to smother something.
Bug spirits. The worst of machine spirits.
I don't think bug spirits are machine spirits.
You hear computer guys talking about bugs in the machine all the time.
Get out.
Those are...
I will fill your mouth with so much gum.
I think I have some gauze in my first aid kit that you're welcome to use.
It's funny because I imagine like we're sitting here like talking about this, and Minos has walked like Harrod's already walked past us. Like fuck you guys.
It's not stop.
So the first door
Power walking.
this north-facing hallway opens up into, it does open up into a rather large room like the one above, with offices both on the left and the right. These look like small offices. Not quite in the end. It's about halfway down the room on the left-hand side. There's another sectioned off room with a doorway, but this door actually appears to be intact.
Let's try this one first.
The door
Well,
is
it's a
not
door.
locked.
That's a promising sign.
Does it open?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Open it.
As you push, there's debris on the other side that prevents the door from opening up fully. It opens up about 8 inches. On the other side, though, you do see what looks like, as you aim a flashlight in there, you do see what looks like old server banks that have been lined up.
Before we go in, I'm just making a check if I have a mirror on a stick.
What about
No,
a sack of marbles? 10-foot ladder?
I have an endoscope, so I'm going to reach back into the wonderful pouch that I have, kind of pull out my endoscope and kind of just feed it through, and then with this little ammo, just kind of scan the whole area.
With low light vision?
Yep. Do you want me to give me a perception?
Sure. Alright. Yeah. It appears to be exactly what I told you. A server bank room. An old server bank room with layers and layers of dust upon it.
Yep. So once I'm done looking, kind of put it back.
You notice the debris on the other side of the door, though, is not all that much. It looks like you could, if you shove at the door hard enough, you'll push most of it out of the way.
Well, Minos, all you need is good push, and we're in.
Give it a good push.
Alright, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
Says I look over at default. I'm like, no.
I want to help.
Really?
You're able to push it. It is a little heavier than you expected, but you do manage to slowly push it forward. There's a grating noise as the rocks and metal slide across the concrete floor. And yeah, you guys are granted access. The door's open most of the way now. Granted access to the old server room. As well as, like, most of these servers have been knocked over, and like I said, they're covered in a thick film of dust and that same powder. Most of it looks unusable, but you might be able to sift through some of the parts, see if there's any old information left on the hardware, if you have a way to connect with it, and a way to power it.
Well, default, this is up to you, and then Metis going to kind of put his back to the door and kind of watch the way that they came from.
There is one more doorway there is one more doorway from this server room off directly to your right-hand side.
So the servers all have power? Does anything else in the room have power?
No, nothing in the room has power, including the servers.
If there's no power, I can't do anything.
So
Yeah,
we
Like the hard drive.
So we have to find a way to power them.
Or we can just swipe the hard drives. Anybody know how computers work?
I mean, I have the barest amount of experience with computers.
Metis kind of gives you, like, the what the fuck look.
I mean, I can get Tanky to help. He's really good with computers.
We just need to get you power, right?
Or that.
So either we pull them or get power.
Well,
I have a few stick and shock rounds. Can those work?
no.
How long have we been here?
I'll say the total time you've been traveling around has been 25 minutes now.
You want to take these? You think you can power them at the van?
That's what I was thinking. Though I'm not sure if we have a way to jerry-rig it so it runs power to them.
Is there a light switch in the room that might, like, turn on and give these things power?
No.
The building power is dead.
Actually, that's been the kind of the whole thing with the whole containment area. It's been no power, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't think you will find any power here, so we need to either find a generator or find a way to rig up the van as a power source.
Really
Beyond
long
that, I
jumper
think we're kind of
cables.
SOL. Unless one of us has a giant hamster wheel.
Or we could just start taking drives, and hopefully one of these is going to be what we're looking for. And if not, we just go back.
So if somebody wants to try and actually take apart those things, Tanky is actually really good at this sort of thing. He can help you out a lot.
Well, whoever that is, I agree. Let's get him in here.
All right, do you have specialized tools to be doing this?
Is it, no? I don't
I'm
think we
just-
do.
I'm just seeing if I have a hardware. I do own a hardware kit. I'm just thinking, would I bring it? We know we're going for server, so yeah, no medic would have brought his hardware kit.
Okay.
He has a
Absolutely.
toolkit for that.
He's got an app for that. Cool.
I have most of the tools I need to do basic field work, like weapon maintenance and stuff.
So set your hardware kit to wireless, and Tanky will help you out.
I don't think toolkits have wireless, do they?
I think it would depend on the toolkit. What's
Thought
the
everything
rating
had
of it?
wireless.
I'm just reading through here. Kit doesn't because it's just the tool. Like,
Just the
mechanical
screwdrivers and
tools.
whatnot. Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a scanner? A hand scanner?
No. But if he needs to see things to convey information, you can, and normally medic's fairly sharp on what his motions are fairly sharp. Kind of reluctantly taps his mask. Like, if he needs to see through something, he can use my cameras if he's willing to provide information.
I kind of just throw my little imaginary tank at his face, gets inside of his eyes. And now Tanky can help you out with his diagnostics power.
All right. Let's have Tanky make a roll. This would be the equivalent of like a leadership roll then.
No, it's a hardware plus level data processing test since he's 6, and it's a teamwork test. And any hits rolled give +1 limit and +1 die.
You know who else can give you a leadership test?
Yeah.
Maybe you could also give us leadership test to be on Overwatch while this is going on.
No, don't no. Use that screw.
Tanky gives you 1 die and 1 limit. Yeah,
I can
no, I'll spend an edge. It's ridiculous.
No, don't.
Okay, oh, dang.
Just because I can.
All right.
There's
5
4
extra
dice for you.
I can only take one of them. Because Medic has the barest knowledge of hardware.
Oh, no. This is a leadership test.
Oh, you're not using it to teamwork, so I could take that too.
Mhm.
Hooray! You nearly doubled my dice pool. Should I pre-edge this?
What's your edge?
3.
What's
No,
your dice
postage. Yeah. Unless you have like 5 or more, postage is usually
Nope.
the best.
I'm fine with that.
pool? 5 successes. All right. You recover 2 hard drives from the server banks.
Is there more left?
No, these 2 look like to be the ones that have the most chance, or the highest chance of being in working condition. It is a slightly older technology, though. It's still 2 decades old.
Fair enough.
So you'll need
So-
proper equipment in order to decrypt anything off of it.
Well,
So,
it's
I'm
hard
going to start
data,
back.
so
Yeah. So I'm going to start packing up the toolkit and hand it back into the bag, and the bag envelops it. Because the bag is intelligent like that.
This has taken about
Continue on.
25 more minutes to pull out these 2 hard drives.
you know, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm gonna take a look. One sec.
Stay here.
I'm not like leaving. I'm just like looking out the door and like
Back
being
in the
on
hallway.
guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Just gun up and just kind of like still in the diamond formation, just kind of like, what the hell's going on here?
I'm gonna. Because they're still, I've been looking and watching our back. Has there been any movement using radar at all?
There are several large rats, but other than that, no.
How large? Like, I'm pretty sure they're rats.
Yeah, these rats are. I mean, they're larger than a bunny. They're not quite dog size.
Okay.
So, but they're like a large bunny or so, maybe a little bit larger than a bunny.
Like devil rat size, yes.
Why are we not shooting those?
It's not like they're in the room with you. They're on other sides of the walls. They're inside the walls. They're under, or well, mostly above in the ceiling work above you, or up on the first floor.
Forgot he has sonar. That's right.
Plus, for someone who's so concerned about his money, that's throwing away money. When you shoot
I'm not
bullets.
concerned about my money. I just don't have any.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, people give me bullets when I need bullets. It's fine. Bullets are free.
Oh.
So, has this smell has this abated at all, or is it worse, or is it
It's probably stronger now than it has been.
okay? So what's the plan? We've got 2 hard drives. I don't know if this is enough, personally.
I mean, we could just go up to the truck. We'll hook them up to the power, check them. If they're not, we'll come back down.
That's not how that works either. Let's do a quick sweep. See if there's anything else down here. Then we'll go up up top, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Okay, there is
So-
one more room. Like as I was saying, as soon as you go into the server room, there's one door on the adjacent wall to your right, and past that, it looks like it does open up into a large room with some sort of debris in the middle of it. If you, as you're looking through the door using your sonar, or ultrasound.
And that means there's an open doorway with no door in it?
No, the door is there, but his ultrasound with his ultrasound, he can see through.
Oh, okay.
See through, I think, level
You're rating
12 or
4
level
radar
15
sensor?
rating.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is this door locked?
No.
As I try it? Okay.
All
Peek
right.
through?
This is a metal door. You do open it. You push it. It actually opens. Sorry, it opens in towards the server room, and then you take a step up onto the frame. It's 3 metal girded steps down into what looked like it was an old mechanic room, with AC units and maybe what looks like a boiler and water softener in the back corner. In the center of this room, though, there's been a very meticulous pile set up, and what looks like a large pile of bones, like old bones, dried up meat, skulls that have been misshapen and malformed, several different metahuman shapes that litter the center of this room. It has lots of that powdery stuff sprayed all over it, and then in the back of this room, kind of by where that boiler area was, there's actually a chunk of the floor that is looks like it's missing. It was like a tunnel leading almost down at like a 40-degree angle, leading downward. It only goes down for about 6 to 7 feet though, and then it looks like it's been collapsed.
Oh, well,
Hey,
there's
you
that.
want to see what goes down in that tunnel?
Well, if it's you, I'm going the other way.
I mean, absolutely. If we could see what's on going on down there before we actually have to go anywhere near it, that'd be great. Do you have a drone?
Well, we got you.
I don't own a drone.
So is
No.
anybody going into
Although-
the room?
I'm still standing at the doorway, like looking around. Like I don't
So-
like this.
This pile of bodies, does it look burned? Like,
Some of it looks burned up, yeah.
okay.
Are they chewed
Well-
on?
So yeah, how are you going into the room to investigate the pile then?
Unless they push me out of the way.
If Minnow says medic is.
Yeah, we'll take a quick peek.
So I'm just like up against the door. Like, what are you doing? No.
Just stay here. Watch our back.
All right.
All right, as you creep
It
down,
was just default now. Okay.
as you creep down closer to the bones, you do notice several of them have been gnawed on. Several of them have like either like knife marks or gun marks, things like that. So they've been shot up, they've been stabbed. It looks like these bones are all the result of some sort of violent end. And like I said, the smell is just horrendous down here. Let me go ahead and get a perception roll, though.
What kind of perception roll? Like a particular sense or
Vision.
Vision.
Yeah, +1.
Let's see.
Hey-o.
All right, Magpie. I thought you weren't going down into the room.
Oh, this isn't from. Okay, then never mind. Never mind mine.
All right. So, medic. Minos does come across a body that looks a bit fresher, but as he is taking a closer look at it, you notice it looks familiar to one of the missing children.
Oh, frag. And going to put a ARO on that, and then take the image of the of that one missing person there.
All right. It looks like you.
And then
found
through
hope.
DNI, All right, and then
Uh,
3D9 found one.
This is the dwarven female that was in her early 30s. She went missing about 3 months ago. Right close
Oh,
to 3 months ago.
just a dwarf. That's fine.
So yeah, I'm going to.
Um,
I have prejudice against dwarves.
so yeah, once we found that, I'm gonna see if there's, do a more exhaustive search, search specifically for the three people well, the two now, in the images, if there's anything there or
All right.
IDs or anything like that.
Was
You come
she
through
shot or stabbed, or how did she die?
She has what looks like bite marks and acid burns.
Acid burns. Do ghouls have anything to do with acid? Magpie?
No, I don't think so.
Once I'm done taking notes of where we found her, who it is, and possible cause of death, I'm going to plunder my mind on what I know for ghouls, because they're considered a paracritter, I believe.
Yes.
I shall plunder my knowledge.
Are there any other paracritters who use acid?
Yeah, devil rats, maybe.
Anything with like 6 legs?
Spirits.
Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah,
say what
that's all.
could have caused these attacks. The attacks looked varied on most of the bodies. So, in almost none of these bodies even seem like the typical metahuman. Most of the bones seem twisted, bent, and distorted in one way or another, as if they had like either bone cancer or some sort of modification run on them.
Including the dwarf woman.
No, not the dwarven woman. She simply looks gnawed upon and with the acid burns.
Yep.
There are a few other newer bodies that match that description, but that just adds into the confusion of it looks like that these people or these creatures died in several different horrific ways.
This is gruesome.
So, but you did find one of the missing children or people.
Might want to let the detective know.
Well, we'll see if we can find the rats first.
At this point, it's like they're talking about all this, and I've kind of crept into the room, like looking. Like, oh god, oh that's gross.
I'll stay
If
at the
you don't
door
have
and watch.
It is
So if you don't
extremely
have the
gross.
stomach for this, you may want to keep out.
Oh, I'm just thinking about something that killed this many people. I don't want to run into that.
All right, let's go ahead and stop here for our 10-minute break.